Top 5 actors who died in fires. Number 5. Claude Burrows. Claude Burrows was a young up-and-coming actor who had the misfortune of dying in a fire better known than his short acting career. He died on December 5, 1876, in the tragic and devastating Brooklyn theater fire. He was only 22 years old at the time. At least 278 people were killed in the fire, possibly more than 300. In terms of lives lost, it is the third worst theater fire in U.S. history, behind only the Coconut Grove and Iroquois theater fires. The fire started when a drop hanging came into contact with a border lamp. As the fire spread, the actors at first stayed in character, trying not to cause the audience to panic. When the flames spread and the audience members grew frightened, the actors on stage pleaded for calm, to no avail. Burrows and another actor thought they had time to get their coats. They never escaped the building. Their mangled bodies were found together beneath the collapsed stage, burned and battered beyond recognition. At the time of his death he was playing Picard, the valet, in the play The Two Orphans. He made his first appearances on the stage in 1865, in Hamlet alongside Edwin Booth, who was the older brother of a more famous Booth, John Wilkes Booth, the assassin of President Lincoln. Number 4. Bobby Young. Robert Howard Clifton Young died on September 13, 1951, at the age of 33. He died in a hotel fire that started when he fell asleep while smoking. He was born Robert H. Young, and as Bobby Young he played Bonadust in 19 Our Gang films from 1925 to 1931. His most notable films included School's Out, No Apprentice, Pursued, Possessed, Dark Passage and Blood on the Moon. One of Young's last films was the Roy Rogers western, Trail of Robin Hood, in which he played a sneering villain. Number 3. Gloria Dixon. Gloria Dixon was an American stage and screen actress of the 1930s and 1940s. Dixon died on April 10, 1945, during a fire at her Los Angeles home. She was 27 years old. The fire began when an unextinguished cigarette ignited an overstuffed chair on the main floor, while she slept upstairs. Her body, and that of her pet dog, were found in the bathroom, and it was assumed that she had attempted to escape through the bathroom window. She died from asphyxiation. Flames had seared her lungs, and her body had suffered first and second-degree burns. Ms. Dixon starred in over 20 Hollywood films, such as They Won't Forget and They Made Me a Criminal. Number 2. Linda Darnell. On April 10, 1965, Hollywood actress Linda Darnell died in a house fire. She was 41 years old. The fire occurred at the house of her former secretary. She had been staying there, with friends, while preparing for a stage role. Her 1940 film, Stardust, had played on television the night of the fire, and it was widely reported that Darnell had fallen asleep with a lit cigarette while watching it, but there was no evidence this was true. One account claims Ms. Darnell was burned over 90% of her body when she ran into a burning area trying to save her friend's child, not knowing that the young girl had already escaped. Ms. Darnell had appeared in over 30 films and several TV programs. She played the lead role in Forever Amber, and received positive reviews for her work in Unfaithfully Yours and A Letter to Three Wives. Number 1. Butterfly Thelma McQueen. On December 22, 1995, actress Butterfly Thelma McQueen, famous for many film roles, but especially for her portrayal of Prissy in Gone with the Wind, died from burns received in a fire in her Augusta, Georgia, apartment. She was 84 years old at the time of her death. She had been attempting to light a kerosene heater in her apartment when it malfunctioned and burst into flames. She was found by firefighters lying on the sidewalk outside with severe burns over 70% of her body. She was taken to the hospital but died shortly afterwards from her burns.